Hey, physics students, we're going to do a little exercise, homework assignment, project, I don't know, whatever you want to call it. It's a thing that we're going to do. And let me just turn this around. This has nothing to do, actually, it has something to do with. All right, that was exciting. What we're going to do, because we've been doing some unit conversion stuff, we're going to do a little assignment where you're going to find some stuff and look at the units and see what the conversion looks like. So let me show you here. If you just find something, some kind of household product, this could be, I'll show you the 5 products. I'm going to want you to grab 5 different things, and I'll show you the 5 that I'm going to use, just some stuff that I have. Sometimes I like to put crushed red pepper, which me and my people in my family call it shaky pepper, because you can shake it and there's crushed red pepper inside, so it's shaky pepper. If you look here, where's the camera? If you look there, you can see it says net weight 1.5 ounces, 42 grams. So it's got the units. It has the how much pepper is in here in 2 different units, and I just want to check out and see how, you know, are they doing the conversions right, and also like what are they doing about significant digits. We're not going to fuss too much about that. I don't know if you ever took a science class where it was you had to like follow very particular rules about that. We're not going to worry about that, but we are just going to make some comments about it here and see what's up with these conversions. So that's one of my things. And then I'm also going to do this sriracha, because I like that too. I like spicy stuff, I guess. And then here's some non-spicy. There's lots of cleaning products around these days because of the COVID. And here's some Lysol wipes. And you can see this numbers on there, and some hand sanitizer. And wait for it, more hand sanitizer, but a smaller one. All right, so let me show you what I want you to do. I want you to make a Google Doc, kind of like the one that I have made here. And I want you to, so let me just make sure. Yeah, looks like I'm recording here. Good. Okay, so let me tell you what I put up at the top here. So you're gonna make a Google Doc, put this units and everyday products, put your name over here. And then here, what you put here is going to depend on what units you find on the products here. So for example, I looked at like, how did I know that 1 ounce is equal to 28.3495 grams? I'll tell you, it's a secret. I'm just kidding. I looked it up on the internet. So I just typed in what's the conversion from ounces to grams, and I found that. And why did I choose that? Because that's the units that are on here. I've got ounces and I've got grams. So if I want to check that conversion, I need to have that conversion factor. All right, so for the first one, shaky pepper, it says on here that it's 1.5 ounces. So I'm going to, I blew up my font here to 18, and I went into insert equation. So that brought up these things right here. And then I'm going to put a fraction here. So it says on my shaky pepper that it's 1.5 ounces. And that's what I'm starting with. So that just goes over 1 like that. And then I just clicked here in the side of this box. And then I'm going to put a little asterisk there to show that I'm multiplying. And then you could put another fraction. I made these 2 things here into these conversion factors. I knew that I was going to be converting from ounces to grams. So I made this right here. And I'm going to copy that and paste it right there. And notice that I have ounces here on the top, so I have ounces here on the bottom. You can make this fraction either way. Like it would be totally legit to make the 1 ounce on the top and 28.3495 grams on the bottom, if that's what you need. if you had grams up here and you needed those to cancel, then you'd have to flip this upside down if you're going from grams to ounces. These two things, since these are equal to each other, 1 ounce is equal to this many grams. This is like multiplying by 1, right? So you can flip it over if you need to. I need to have it this way because I need my ounces to cancel with my ounces. All right, so I'm going to pull out my trusty calculator, which is around here somewhere. Where did the calculator go? I'm glad you can't see my desk here. It's pretty disastrous. Oh, I found a calculator. You don't need any kind of fancy calculator for this. I'm just going to multiply together what is 1.5 times 28.3495. I'm just going to look at the screen there for a second, make sure I typed everything in right, and then hit enter. And that says that it's 4. Oh, I'm back out of my equation. Oh dear, don't do that. There we go. I would like to be back into the equation, so I'm just going to go insert equation again, and it says 4.252. So here's the question. How many of these, I mean, there's a whole bunch of numbers here on the calculator. I mean, how many of those am I supposed to type in or report? So I don't know. Well, this is how we decide. The basic rule is however many significant digits you are given, that's how many you should report. I can't say, I mean, if this thing says it's 1.5 ounces, I can't give an answer that has like 6 digits in it because it's just not right. I mean, if you start getting into here, let me type in what my calculator says. So it says 4.2524. Oops, let's be a 4 at the start. There. And it keeps going and so on, grams. Now, if I give this answer, do you know what, like 0.00, once you get down to this decimal place here, we're talking about like less than 1 flake of this pepper. So if you give an answer with this many digits in it, you're claiming that you know like exactly how many flakes of shaky pepper are in here. And I promise you, in the factory where they put all the shaky pepper into the little shaky pepper bottle, they don't care about that level of precision. When they say 1.5 ounces, they're like, yeah, it's 1.5 ounces, like to the nearest 1/10 of an ounce or something, right? So we really shouldn't report this many. If you're converting 1.5 ounces to grams, this is 1.5, 2 significant digits, so we should round to 2 places, 2 numbers, right? So that's going to be, this is my second number, so that would round to 3 here. That's what I want you to do, okay? And now the interesting thing here is that on my shaky pepper bottle, here, let me go ahead and make a new line. That is, oops, what happened here? Oh yeah, so that's all good. So not the same as the, I put 4.3 here, it's 43. My calculator was in scientific notation mode. So not the same as the 42 grams. Bottle. So that's interesting. I mean, why is that? Like, who did they hire to do this? Who did they hire to put these numbers on here? They got the answer wrong. I mean, if you're just going to say they reported the answer here to 2 significant digits, it says 42, right? But if you do the math, it's actually closer to 43. So that's what I want you to check out with your different examples. Let's do another one. How about, so this is a different conversion here. This sriracha right here says that it's 17 ounces right here. And then they also give it in grams. Oh, I guess that's the same units here. So let's just try that real quick. So let's see if I can spell sriracha. Just look at the bottle. Sriracha. Sriracha. That's going to be the test question right there. How do you spell sriracha? All right, so this time I've got 17 ounces. So I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to make this easy for myself here and copy and paste that whole thing. Just that here, I don't have 1.5. I got 17 ounces of sriracha. And I'd like that to be an equation. So that's equal to, I'm going to put another, no, I don't need another fraction. I just need my calculator. And multiply this out. And let's see, I've got 17 times 28.3495. All right, so the same thing. I'm going to show you what my calculator says. My calculator says 481.9415. But that's way too many significant digits. So if we're given 17 ounces here, we should be reporting something that has 2 significant digits because that's all we got. So let's see. If I report this, how do you make this number 481.9? Well, then if you're reporting, if you got a number in the hundreds and you only want 2 significant digits, you just have to stop. So 48, you might be tempted to write a 2 there, but it really should just be rounded to the nearest 10. So 48, so I only have 2 significant digits in this number, right? If you reported another thing, if you round it to this one, you're going up to 3. I'm never going to take off points on any kind of assignment or test if you do that. But for the purposes of this assignment, I just want us to pay attention to that. Okay, so 480, and that is grams. And now I want to see if that's the same as what they said. What did they say? They said, where is it? 481. That's weird, right? I mean, either you're going to round to the 480 to 2 digits, or if you look at the number here, it's not 481. This would round to 482. So I don't know, maybe the same person that they're paying to do the shaky pepper is doing this, but that definitely would round to 482. So let's say here, this is not the same as it says 481 bottle. So that's all. I wanted to do that. And I'm going to do, if you're totally cool with this, you don't need to watch the rest of this video. You can go ahead and start doing it. I'm going to do, let's see, I want to do one with fluid ounces. And I think I'm going to do the 2 hand sanitizer ones. So if you're all good, then you can check out of here, find 5 products in your house and make a little thing like this. I am going to ask you to do a flip grid of one of them. Okay, I'm going to ask you to pick the one that you thought was the most interesting and just do a quick flip grid where you show it. You've got your Google Doc there so you can show us your conversion and tell us about that. It'd be like I don't know, it's probably 60 seconds. I'll give you to do that. You can do it in less, I'm sure. Okay, so here I'm going to call this large and sanitizer. And what do we got here? I'm going to go ahead and go into my insert equation, need a fraction. And what does this say? This says that I have 34 fluid ounces. 34 fluid ounces. And since this is what I'm starting with, that goes over 1. And cursor to the right spot, times. And then I made up here, I made my conversion factor because I knew I was going to have to go from fluid ounces to liters so that I could just cut, or try to cut, there we go, cut and paste that right here. And I want to make sure I'm still in equation mode. So that's equal to, all right, let's do the math. Got to divide this time because 1 liter is equal to this. And why am I converting to liters? Because that's the other unit that's on this, right? So right off the bat, you might be looking at this going, whoa, there's 2 significant digits here, and they went to like the thousandths place here. That's kind of messed up. So let's see, I got 34 divided by 33.8146. And that's what my calculator says. So my calculator, actually in this case, it agrees with what they have on there, but it's weird that you would start with 34, 2 significant digits, and give an answer that had 4 significant digits, 1.0005. So if we follow the rule here, where we're just going to do 2, then I would say this is 1.0 liters. You can use capital L or just type out liters if you have those units. So what do we want to comment about that? I think I want to say that different number of figs. That's the same answer. We did round to 4 figs. We did get the same thing that they did. So they used the same conversion factor. All right, I'm going to do one more. Let's see, what should I do? Let's do this one. So here's small hand sanitizer. And let's see what it says. It looks 8 fluid ounces, it says, only 1 significant digit. Now, what do you think? You think that means this is exactly 8, like 8.0000? No, it just means that, so this is rounded to the nearest ounce, it's 8. It would be another interesting experiment to try to like get all of the hand sanitizer out of this and actually see how close it is to 8 ounces. So when they say 8 ounces, like what does that mean? Like plus or minus how much? Because it's definitely not exactly 8 ounces. All right, so I got something like this one. So I'm just gonna cut that whole thing. Place it here. This time I've got 8. And I got the same conversion factor, except this one is, the other thing is in milliliters, and this is in liters. So I need one more conversion factor here. I need to go from liters to milliliters. So on the top, I want to have milliliters. On the bottom, let's see, what's milli? Milli means 10 to the negative 3. So I'm going to go ahead and put my, why did it not make the little thing there? 10 to the, there we go. I just did that little caret thing, like shift 6, and it popped me right up to an exponent there. Negative 3. So 10 to the negative 3 liters. And now, let me just type it out so it looks the same as my other one. All right, so I think I'm all good there. So I just need to get out my calculator. That will get me to milliliters. So I'm going to do 8 divided by 33.8146, and then divided by 10 to the negative 3, and hit enter. And that says, so that's what my calculator is telling me. So how many digits? So this is a tough one because they only gave one significant digit here. So it's, I mean, do you feel okay about just giving one? If we were going to only give one significant digit, we would have to say, okay, that's like 200, that's just 200, right? That's to the nearest only one digit. And I don't feel great about that. So I think I would want to probably be tempted to do 2 here. Again, I'm never going to bust you on this on a test or anything. You just try to use common sense. Common sense for us somewhere between 2 and 4 significant digits is good. So what are the different possible versions of this answer? Well, it could be, we could do 240. That would be 2 digits. So I could say that it's 240 milliliters. Or I could say, if I wanted to go to the nearest gram, I could do 236. Nope, sorry, 237. Because that would round to, if you look at the 236, look over one place, that's a 5 or higher. So I would round up to 237 milliliters. And then we can look at the bottle, see what they did. And then once again, they did neither of those things. They did 236. So it's like the person who does this, who has this job, doesn't know how to round properly. Kind of weird. Let me just change that. Well, like that better. Okay, so what do we want to say about that? I think we want to say that sig figs was awkward here because there's only one given. So the answer with 3 sig figs is different by 1 gram. I could say something like that. All right. And that's it. So I want you to do 5. I did 4 here. And would look something like that. So it shouldn't take you too long. Pick some, see if you can pick some, get at least 2 different conversions, right? So it's not all, for example, I mean, you could find a bunch of like different size drink bottles and only do that, but that's not as interesting. So try to find something, at least one thing that's got a different conversion. So you got at least 2 of these conversion factors here. All right, and you're going to go ahead and submit your Google Doc when you are done, and I look forward to seeing what you find out there. All right, be good. Let's see if I can